So when will we see incidents like this not happen, or is this the new normal? What is causing the parents and those people within the community to feel uneasy at this particular point? And how safe is the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs? So we have some new information, some statistics to go over, and a tour of the dorm itself. So let's talk about it.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now last Friday at 5:59 a.m., the UCCS police received a call about shots fired from Crestone House. They discovered 2 victims, and they have now been identified. 26-year-old Celie from Pueblo, Colorado, who wasn't a student, and 24-year-old Samuel from Parker, Colorado, who was a student. Now the police have said that this was an isolated incident, that nobody had anything else to worry about, that all these individuals knew each other. But parents are getting on Facebook, posting messages saying, how can we not be nervous? You haven't told us a single thing about the suspect. We don't know what he looks like. We don't know what his name is. And we don't know if he may do this again. And it is very possible that when somebody has committed an act like this, that they now view their whole scenario as nothing left to lose. So are these parents still wrong for being concerned about the safety of their kids? But as the police are telling the parents and the students and the surrounding community that they're okay, we really got to ask ourselves the question, how safe is this particular university? Well, it is worth mentioning when you go back to their crime statistics, it does seem that since 2019, there has been a significant downtrend in terms of the overall incidences on that particular campus. While 2019 was a very high year, and at that point, that campus was rated as one of the worst in the country. It does seem like they have been taking steps to make this place safer. But what are the incidences surrounding this particular dorm? When you go to the 2024 campus police logs, there are 3 incidences currently this year at Crestone Hall. Now on January 3rd, they received a call about a domestic violence situation, and that case is currently open. They did receive a disturbance call on January 15th, and that case was closed and unfounded. And on January 21st, there was a complaint of criminal mischief, and that case is currently inactive but open. But a big question is, how did the suspect get into the building? Did he break in? How did he have access? Well, we've got a tour of the facility right here, and I'll play it for you right now. And as you see, as this guy's walking in, and these double doors, there is very clearly a lock on it. Now, it might be a situation where it is unlocked during the days and only able to be open from the inside during nighttime or off business hours, but they have a desk as soon as you walk into the hall that is staffed by individuals. And are we not wondering now if that particular area is staffed by personnel during off hours, or is there an emergency number that you can just call when you have a situation? But now how is he getting into these rooms or accessing various areas of this particular dorm? You see multiple times that you have to use a key card to access these particular areas. And the rooms seem to be a pretty standard college dorm situation. Twin beds, 1 on each side, with a common shower, a common sink, and a mini fridge. Now the requirements to live in the Alpine Village is you have to at least be 21 years of age or older. You've had to also live on campus for at least 1 academic year. You need to be a sophomore and above, or an international student. So the big question is, what is Celie's role in all this? Was she a girlfriend? Were they in a long-term relationship? Or is this something that they just happened to start right then and there? Because she is not currently listed as a student on that campus. And the next big question we all need to wonder is, where was his roommate? Where was the other individual who stayed in that dorm? Or was he in a dorm all by himself? And if he had a roommate, what do they know? Because the police say all these individuals knew each other. So is there now a possibility where this was an incident between 2 roommates that just happened to go south? Or is this an incident where an ex of Celie came to the dorm and had it out with Samuel and things turned sideways? Is there a possibility of substances being involved and this was a transaction that went bad? We have a whole lot of questions at this particular point because we're still not getting a lot of answers. The authorities have came out and said they're not releasing a whole lot of information at this time. But I would be very curious if that domestic call on the 3rd of January had anything to do with this. Now, the links to all this stuff will be down in the description below. But other than that, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. Y'all stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.